Hello guys, this is Chirodeep once again, and you're watching my Core Java tutorial series. And today we're gonna learn Unary operators and their basic uses and advanced ability. So I'm going to use Eclipse ID. You can find it from internet. So go to the internet and just search Eclipse. Okay, and you're gonna be getting various web pages. Here you can download Eclipse from this site. You can download the version. Actually present is for Eclipse ID for Java EE developers. You can choose your operating system from here. If you're using Windows then or Linux or Macintosh. So there is a lot of options are there. Choose according to your operating system. Once you have downloaded it, you can install it and run the project. Okay, there are different kinds of projects available, you can see. So we are gonna make a new project, that is file new and new project, and today we're gonna make a unary operator project. So project name will be unary operators, and the workspace which I have defined here is by default. You can also change it when you will be first time running. So click next, and we will be using a default source package. Okay, so click finish. Okay, so you can see the new opened project, that is unary operators, and in the source there is nothing, and you have included JID system library. These are all the libraries present to run your project. Okay, and here there are all the packages. So lots of some packages are available from here. So we're gonna make a new class. Right click on the source folder and click new class, and the class name will be suppose A. Okay, this is our first class, and package we will be using default package. It is not at all advisable, but you can choose it default package. If you want, then you can define also your new package name. So I'm going to use default package, that is the source package of this project, and click finish. The class here will be on. So now we're gonna make few programs so that we can understand the basic uses of the unary operators. Now here I have already defined what is it, all these things in my previous tutorials, so I'm not going to repeat once again. You can watch the previous tutorial to understand the functionalities. Now I'm going to declare one variable, integer variable, int I. Okay, now I'm going to just print this thing by post increment, and after that, sorry, all these things are getting messed up, so not to worry. Now we're going to print a simple program, and first we have used I equals to 0. Now we have in the println statement, it can take any number of variables, and also it can give the proper output. So let's check what is going to happen. Now you can run by default this, and this is the external tool, so you can run this and select resource. You have selected resource. Now see, the output is coming 0 and 1. Okay, so what is happening actually in here, I plus plus represent the post increment, that is, it will be printing I equals to 0, then it will increment the value of I, that equals to 0 plus 1, that equals to 1, and in the next line it will be printing 1. So very simple. Now move to the next program. We are going to define another class named class B, and here also we will be making some program. So here we gonna declare again a new variable, and the and another variable j, and it will be storing I plus plus post increment. Now we're gonna print this variable I, and we're gonna print this variable j also. So let's check out what is happening with source run. Here 1 and 0 is printing. So why it is? Because you have seen that we have declared I equals to 0, and in the next line we have declared j equals to I plus plus. So here the value of I is getting incremented by 1, that is post increment, and we are printing that value of I in the next line. So the value will be 1, and after that j will be printing. So j here is 0 because the I plus plus means the post increment. So the initial value of 0 will be assigned to j, and the post increment value will be not assigning to j. So this is another program. uh, when you will be watching, I guess you will be understanding. Next we will gonna make another class C. Next again we have to, this is these are all are very simple programs, you can easily understand if you have that general knowledge. So I think you all will be getting easily accustomed with these programs, and these are, guys, these are very important programs. Actually, these are the preliminary concepts of programming, so this all will be needed afterwards in your programming. So let's check what is happening here. In this program we're gonna pre-increment the value of I, that is, here you can see 1 1 is printing, as because that I equals to 0 is getting pre-increment by 1. So the value here getting first incremented then printing, that equals to 1, and the value is incremented by 1 only. So in the next line also it will be printing only 1. Now another class we are going to use, and another main method. So here we're gonna declare the same methodology used for pre-increment, but here we're gonna make it pre-increment. Sorry, in previous we have incremented post increment. Now we're gonna make pre-increment. So now what is happening here, we're gonna see here it will be giving printout to 1 1, that is because of I equals to 0, j equals to plus plus I, that is I is getting incremented by 1 and is assigning to j, that is pre-increment. So I here also represent plus 1 and j here also represent plus 1. So that's why it is printing both I and j value 1 1. Now we're gonna make a new class once again, and we're gonna make this class name as E. Now so these are the very important programs. As you can see, it will clear your concept of unary operators as much as possible. So we're gonna declare one another variable I equals to 0. Now we will be using decrementer. Okay, we have incremented but not decremented yet, so we're gonna make decrementational operators. These are all similar to incremental operators and all are so simple, so you can make use of this. Now we will be here is thing. Okay, so now gonna make simple 0 and 1 output, 0 and minus 1. Why? Because I is getting initialized by 0 and it is printing, then it's getting decremented by 1. So the value in the next line I is carrying minus 1, so it's printing minus 1. So we're gonna change a little bit here. If we declare j also, then I getting here, and we will be printing as I here and j here. So in this scenario, what will happen? Sorry, I have not declared any variable. Sorry. Now here is minus 1 and 0. Why? Because that is I equals to minus minus, and for this you are getting the value is minus 1 into j, and I equals to minus 1. So I equals to minus 1 and j equals to 0, because it is after decremented, the value is first initialized by 0, that is storing into the j, and it's getting decremented by 1, and it's not affecting j because there is the post decrement. So the value of I is getting decremented by 1 and it's affecting this line. So minus 1 is giving output and j equals to 0 because it is post decremented. And we'll be having some little bit complex. Now we will be declaring one class f. Now here we will be declaring one main method. Okay, and this thing will be a little bit complex as we move towards the program. It will be getting complex, not so much but a little bit. Now as you can see, I have used couple of plus operators. Why? Because you will be getting to know after a few seconds. And here we go. Now 1 and 10 is getting output. Why? Because I plus plus similar, that is I is giving the value 0, then post incremented, that the value will not affect the total value of this statement, and it will be adding plus 10 to the value, that is 0 plus 10 equals to 10, that is the value is storing into j, and I is getting post incremented by 1, so I is getting 1 and j is getting 10. Okay, Now we gonna just check once more program like this, a little bit complex. uh, New class, we're gonna make this class name as G, and we gonna declare one main method. Okay, now we're gonna declare one variable equals to 0 and int j equals to I plus 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 I plus 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 I plus plus. Now we're gonna print this whole lot of things in the value of I, and we're gonna also print the value of j. So sorry, here I have not declared j. Now this will be done compiled successfully, and it's getting very complex out here. So now we can see the number is 3 3. Okay, why? Because I is getting post incremented by 3 times, so I plus plus I plus plus I plus plus, so it's getting 3, and j here equals to 0 plus, that is 1, and plus 2, so 0 plus 1 plus 2 equals to 3, so j equals to 3. And now we will be having another program. Let's check it out. Now we will be slightly edit this program a little bit. Plus plus I plus plus, and plus I. So what is going to happen here? Here the value will be 0 plus, here the final value will be 2 plus, here the final value will be 2 also, plus here the final value will be 3. So 3 plus 2 plus 2 equals to 7. The value of j will be 7, and I is getting incremented by 3 times, so the value of I will be 3. Let's check it out. Yes, it is. I equals to 3 and j equals to 7, so pretty good. Now we will be declaring one more class to this. Sorry. Okay, you can use this Eclipse, so it is very handful and very easy to run your programs. Now we will be naming this as H, and we will define one main method here. So this thing here. Now let's see what's going to happen here. Here also, sorry, J. Here also I is declared 0 initially, so here 0 plus, here equals to 2, here it will be decremented by 1, and here also 1. So why this? Because I plus plus equals to 0, initially it will be 0, then it will incremented by 1 and pre-incremented by 1, so 2, and it will be pre-decremented by 1, so 1, and after that it will also 1. So we gonna print this out and check it out if we are right or wrong. Now Here, let's see. Okay, now it is 1 and 4, as because I is getting incremented by 2 times and decremented by 1 time, so the value of I will be 1. And here 2 plus 1 plus 1, that equals to 4. So it is very easy and very simpler. Now we gonna just make another class to this and name as k, and we're gonna define one new main method here, and we're gonna define one new variable I equals to 0. Now I is I minus minus. If we write, what's going to happen? Let's check it out. So here is getting the output as 0, as because I is getting initialized by 0 and post increment will not affect, so the value is 0. And useful notes, guys, I have to give you for assigning post increment a temporary variable taking the value of any value, and for assigning post increment you have to just give the, or you can say you have to consider the increment or decrement value afterwards actually. And for as same goes for assigning pre-increment or decrement, you have to consider the increment or decrement value before. This is the main thing, and we're gonna clear you just this thing. Unary operators mainly used for post increment purpose or pre-increment or decrement purpose. If you use post increment or decrement, uses will be before incremented or decremented, and if you use pre-increment or decrement, the increment or decremented value for printing that will be used actually. So if you want to print the value before it's getting incremented or decremented, use pre-increment, and if you want to print the value, what is the value of the calculation after it's calculating, so use post increment or decrement method. So we're gonna wrap up this tutorial here. I hope you like it. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.